Good day, all. This is Turbo Dave here from TD Performance Corner, and today we're going to talk about gas. So, people talk about cleaning your fuel systems, cleaning your injectors. It's about fuel distribution. If you've ever taken apart an engine and you've noticed that the crown, where around the outside of the crown of the piston that's above the rings on your piston, have scoring. That scoring is from lack of lubrication. Lack of lubrication can come a lot of ways. Remember, your rings are below this, so it's scraping and keeping the oil down below. Because if the oil passes the rings, you're going to get blow by and you're going to have smoke out the tailpipe. So what you want to do is you want to make sure your rings are tight, right? But at the same time, you want to have lubrication. So for lubrication above your rings, your piston rings, is going to come from your fuel distribution. Your fuel distribution, injectors, carburetors, whatever, right? However, your car, and now we have direct injection. So if you have a direct injected car, or you have a port injection where each cylinder has its own injector, but you have wear on certain rings, that means that your injectors are not putting enough fuel in there. They're dirty. They're not opening electrically internally. They could have an issue. So what you want to do is you want to keep your injectors clean. There's a number of ways to do this. There's additives. Um, when you do additives, or you can take your injectors off and send them in to have them cleaned. What happens is, and you can have a drivability problem from this, when you go to accelerate and your car kind of stumbles or goes real slow and then takes off, that can be an issue with dirty injectors. What you want to do though is you want to make sure that your injectors are clean and that you're getting enough fuel per cylinder, or else what you're doing is you're going to be wearing out your pistons, the crown of your pistons outside where it meets the cylinder wall. There's not going to be enough lubrication there. Now, lubrication can also come from your fuel. Now we don't have completely 100% petroleum-based fuel. We have an ethanol-based fuel. Ethanol is horrible for lubrication. And that's one of the reasons why when you run E85, your engine tends to get damaged sooner or have issues with blow-by. It washes out your rings. Matter of fact, Toyota put a TSB out, a technical service bulletin. If you're using E85 all the time on a flex fuel car, that they recommend changing your oil every 2,000 miles. And that's because your oil is getting diluted with this E85. 85 is actually a horrible gas. I mean, you have to run twice as big injectors if you're running it in a performance situation where you're boosting or something like that. Your injectors, maybe you're running say 1,000 cc injectors, and now you want to go 85 under boost, and then you got to go to like a 2,000 cc injector or second set of secondary injectors, right? It doesn't have the same, it takes twice as much fuel to do the same thing. But just having an ethanol based, so if you have an older car, maybe like pre-2000s and 90s or early 2000s car, they weren't really built for ethanol based fuel, so you're going to have issues there. It actually runs leaner. So getting back to the problem at hand, wearing out or having scuffs on the crown of your piston, you want to make sure that your injectors are clean. And there's different injector cleaners. You know, actually I use a VP. You can get VP injector cleaner. It's like a purplish bottle, and it says it bumps up your octane 8 points. That thing actually works really well. As soon as you put it in, you start your car, you follow the directions on the label or on the can, and it'll start cleaning out your injectors. It works really well. So if you're looking to make sure your engine's running in good shape and not having to pull your injectors out and send them out for cleaning, you want to do something like that, right? Lucas is another really good brand. The type of gas you use also can be, or the gas station. I thought I was going to a good gas station one time in my Subaru. I went to the same 76 station, and evidently it was really cheap, and I was like, wow, this is funny. But I ended up starting to have a drivability problem. I pulled the spark plugs out and they were all rusted. That means they were probably putting water inside the tank to help fill up, and they weren't selling you 100% fuel. So you have to be careful of that too. If you're going to the same gas station and you start to notice, you're having a drivability problem, it might be the gas station. All right. Have a good day, y'all. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. Thank you. Talk to you soon.